welcome to A Bridge Podcast, hosted by Nard and produced by Alphonse and King Roach. On this show, we will discuss all topics that range from sports, entertainment, and the lifestyles that shape our lives. None of this would be possible without the support of our family and loved ones. Follow us on abridgepodcast.com. Yo, we're back. A Bridge Podcast, man. Brooklyn's Big Three. Your host, your boy, and we got King Roach and Alphonse, executive producers.
Yo, what's the deal, baby? What's the deal?
What up, my guys?
Everything good, my G. Everything good. How you?
That's what's up. I'm here, man. You already know, man. Surviving the element, doing what we do, trying to be part of the change.
What number is this, man? What episode is this?
I don't even know, man. I'm just happy we got another episode.
Yeah,
you know? Because the love be sparingly in the town, man.
Nah, that's what we need.
Nah, this is dope, though, man. We here, man, doing what we do, man. You know, bringing to the people, asking the people to join the conversation, man, because I think we bring quality people week in and week out.
Facts, definitely.
You heard? And, you know, and none of this can be done without our family and everything, so we appreciate them for allowing us to be out here, man.
Members only.
Yeah, you already know, members only, patron, man. But today, again, man, we changed the narrative, man. We bring you the real. You know, we bringing the people the real. We talking about one of Brooklyn's loved sons. You know what I mean? And one of the dudes that's gonna tell the truth, man. You know what I mean? So without further ado, man, I want to introduce the whole people, the whole all the listeners. I want to introduce everybody, Mr. Ty Grant. You heard?
Yeah, it was
my man.
Peace.
You
Shout out to my
know.
big brothers, Nard and Big Pat.
Yeah, salute.
Pat
Appreciate it.
in the 90s. You know how we do
Man.
Definitely.
You know how we do it.
We like 40 steps away from each other's crib, bro.
Fact.
That's how we grew up, man.
And I tell
Literally.
you, I always say this because it's funny because, like, I got a crib, like, right around the corner, man. Was there my whole life. 94th, Winthrop and Rutland. Like, literally around the corner. But I ain't go the other way. I was trying to get back to the start every chance I got.
Trying to get to the start.
That's great. I didn't know that, no.
No, word, for real. My pops had that crib 50 plus years, man.
Okay.
More than when he, you know, I used to be in and out through there. And
Yo.
when he passed, me and my sister split that.
But think about it, though. Think about it. I live on 93rd.
Right.
Ty's on 94th. Eric Brown is on 93rd.
Flying ass.
Anthony Knight, who went to Hofstra, is on 96.
And I thought all y'all
And
did,
Paco is on 98th.
and that's crazy. I thought all y'all did was play soccer and dominoes in the 90s.
Nah.
Word, they do that too, but that dominoes get real in the 90s, boy.
Ain't nothing but the Caribbean in the 90s.
What? Real talk, on 94 Winthrop and Rolling, we are the only American family with the only detached house. They ain't even want to be connected to us. Son, real talk. One Labor Day weekend, the liquor store is the landmark. I make my left. Off of Rutland, I make my left. One Labor Day, they put up so many fucking imports and posters and stuff like that. I drove right past my turn. I looked up, I was going, fucking Ripson. I was like, yo, I live this way. Word, that shit is crazy. But Tom, man, thank you for coming, man.
Now, let me piggyback that, though. You know what's so crazy about growing up in the 90s? I ain't know nothing about American culture until I started hooping.
Wow.
I
So
ain't know about rap.
you're talking to your mic.
My family from Barbados. I'm from Barbados.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm a straight immigrant and whatnot. So, you know, I was...
6 what? Coming from Barbados. 6 what?
Nah.
I told you, 6'9"?
Nah, 6'7".
6'7"?
Yeah.
I ain't even know people from Barbados grew that big.
Nah, they big. They taught some talk.
You know what's crazy? When I was in Jugo, it was these kids from Barbados, these twins, the Stewart brothers, Ryan and somebody else. These motherfuckers had bungees.
Yeah.
The
I ain't
kid,
had bungees.
you know, the kid was on the 3. I inboxed him out one time, turned around, and he was flying. My coach was like, God damn it, get him out of here. So you put a body on him. But Barbados, wow, so you learned the American culture from hooping.
Yeah, just from hooping, hanging out with the ballers and shit when I was
Right.
like 14, 15. You know, I don't really got like a crazy basketball story.
Right.
I fell into it.
Right,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
all right, so you were playing around the way.
Yeah, I was fucking around the way. I used to see Big Pat. Pat was the man in the park and shit. But he was on the big court.
Yeah, the big. He was on the other side.
I was on the little
the single
court and
joint.
shit. Yeah, but
y'all park had the pole in it, right? That joint had the
Our
pole.
park was side to side.
I should-
Right,
Basketball.
side to side.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, so-
But one of them parks had the backboard with just a pole out the ground. That shit is murder.
Yeah, but I played, all different types of sports and shit.
Right.
Specifically football. That's like my first love.
Okay.
You know what I'm
You'd
saying?
have been a
And then
good
I just
tight end.
grew and shit. Yeah, I started playing with Diamonds. Diamonds moved to the 90s. He moved on Pat Block, 93rd.
Okay.
Saw me one
93rd
day.
is like the hub.
Yeah. He saw me and shit, and he was like, "Yo, come play in this tournament." I
Did
was
you
like,
play junior high school ball or anything?
Nah, I was wilding.
What?
I was wilding. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the night. Like, I know how to make money.
Right, the 90s.
You know what I'm
not,
saying? I
nah,
know
them
how to
dudes
get
fu-
that bread. I know
Yeah.
how to extort motherfuckers.
And it's
all
crazy
that.
because Cats was on the corner, so coming from the style, you know, my pops was on that block. I used to come from the style to get Bally's. You know what I mean? Like, all the Bally's was at Cats.
Cats. There you go to Travel Fox.
Yeah, Travel Fox. That's the Jamaican Uptowns.
Right.
You heard?
Spot.
Right.
And the
That's a
Jamaican
fact.
Air Force Ones.
Yo,
Word to
Cat's
mama.
been closed for like 15 years, but the sign is still up there.
Word,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And they had everything
That's a
official.
landmark.
And you know what's crazy about like Cats in that whole era? Because I'm a couple years older than young, but I never had a pair of Wallabies or shell-toe Adidas coming from that era. When I went from Britishers straight to Bally's.
That's crazy.
I went from Britishers straight to Bally's.
Bally's.
Word.
And a silk shirt.
Nah, yeah, a couple silk shirts. You know, we had to get in Sugar Hill. We was trying to get in Sugar Hill.
You gotta have on a silk shirt. The finish.
Sugar Hill.
But I never been to a bashment, son. Like I never been to like Carib.
Out of line. You out of line. You ain't been to Biltmore and none of that?
None of that shit.
Oh, man, you missed life. I was doing that shit at 13, 14
That's
years
my
old
man.
with
The real, what's it? What the kids call it? The dub? He's
Yeah.
getting a dub. Y'all niggas is straight harassing her.
Word.
That's what's up.
Nah, that was a good times, man. So I reflect on that a lot. I tell a lot of these, young kids and shit. Like I had a whole different upbringing
Yeah.
into America, but it was like our little Caribbean.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Well, it's a whole different entity, man. It's a whole different entity because I laugh all the time. I always tell people, like, you walking down Rutland, you get to 98, and the Crips stop and the Bloods pick up on the other side of the street. One side of the train station is all Bloods, the other side is all Crips. It's crazy. And it's just like, it's like that place, I forgot where it's at. I don't know if it's in the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, where the water, it meets, but it doesn't mix.
Yeah.
And that's how 98 is to me. It's like you come down, people go this way, or it's like one working class go this way,
Yeah, but yeah.
and the other class go that way, and everything is crazy. And what junior high school you went to?
I went to Soma's Junior IS 252.
252.
The zoo.
That's the zoo.
It was crazy.
Yeah, I went to 252, man. I started out PS 219.
So which one? Which Soma's? That's not Winthrop Junior High School, right?
Nah,
that's
Soma's on Kings Highway.
on Kings Highway. Okay.
Kings Highway, Lennox. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? In 94. Like
You heard that? You heard that? He said Lennox.
Lennox.
Not Lennox.
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 Like my man from Belly. Original Dandada. Lennox.
Word. That's my pop's name too.
Nah, that's dope.
Yeah,
That's
so
dope.
I went to Soma's. Almost went to my 11 because I was type smart.
Right.
I ain't wanna leave
Said
the
he was
hood.
type smart.
Yeah, I
Smart
was
guy.
getting away with murder being a smart motherfucker.
Getting away with shit because they know your potential, right?
Yeah.
I hated that word. Word. I remember when first time coach told me I had potential. I told my coach, heard what he said I got potential. Gil Reynolds, you know what he said? No potential means, son? I said, what? He said, man, you ain't doing shit right now. Baseline.
Yeah, I heard mad stories with Gil, man.
Oh my God. Gil told us dude one time, if I hit you, just deal with it. Or go get your father. Shorty went
Yeah,
and
he
got his
tell people
father.
go get your father all the
Gil
time.
wore his father out.
I'ma kick your
Shorty had to
father's
bring
ass,
somebody
too.
else, 'cause you can't
That
play
was
wrestling because we're gonna kill you.
Right.
You can't even go get your dad.
Right. You gotta let that go.
And he's giving you blows, right hand blows. Too.
Yo, let me tell you something.
We
One
don't
time,
know.
one time I was playing against Gil. We was playing against Gil, and this kid was lighting us up. I never seen this kid again in life. This kid was lighting us up. He's stopping 28 feet, 26 feet, early in the game. Bang, bang. We in Edward Almuro. Nice night league. Gil smacking slowly with the clip. And I said, go to the basket. This dude he hasn't missed tonight. I said, go to the basket. I said, God, this gotta be illegal. What if he was missing? Like he's killing us.
Yeah, before we done with Gil, rest in peace, Gil.
Rest
but
in peace, Gil Reynolds, man.
I never played for him. I just worked out with him a few times, right?
He would take 5 regular dudes and beat 5 of them.
I would see that dude in the train station in the car. I wouldn't even get in that car, bro. I go to the next car.
Gil was
Homeboy don't
serious.
smile. He don't say shit to you. Nothing, bro.
You just get to it.
Well, he teach that game. Rest in peace, Gil.
Rest
Gil
in
Reynolds,
peace.
man. Well, him, Timmy Vincent, man. You know what I mean? Ray B, like the old dudes, the legends. They taught that game. Sonny Lewis.
Sonny Lewis.
Yeah, Sonny Lewis. Sonny Lewis saved a lot of lives, man. And he And I always say Sonny dies trying to save lives, man, because like he really poured into the community, man.
Yeah, Sonny definitely did, man.
So like, all right, you smart, you at Somers, right? You smart, you know, you could have went to My 11, like you said. My 11, which would have been like the equivalent to like a satellite school or fill up a scholar or something on our side. Right. So nah, that's dope.
You know
So
what I'm
like,
saying?
how was junior high
Inside to
school?
look like-
Yo, junior high school was crazy because you know, that was during the crack cocaine era. So my family was in it.
Right.
So you know, I was getting caught up in it as far as just fitting the description, getting gear,
Right.
fly.
Yeah.
You know, and just doing what I had to do. The funny thing is, my when I went to junior high school, they stopped 9th grade, so it only went up to 8th grade.
Okay.
But I was in a smart class.
Right.
So I almost got
It's like
skipped.
the ESP class.
Yeah, SP.
SP. Right.
So I would have got skipped.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because I think about all these kids playing like 4 or 5 years younger.
Reclass?
It's crazy shit.
Reclass or retarded?
Retard.
They're retarded. They like grown men playing against 6th graders and feel like they're nice.
This shit crazy.
But this is what happens. This is what happens, and I'm glad you touched on that. Because now, when you go to college, and you're in there with real men who can play, you become missing.
Well, what happens now, I mean, we fast forwarding a little bit. What happens now, and I tend to tell people this, is that their careers is shortened, right? They give them, you know, a little bit of rope to hang themselves.
Right.
So you 24, you going in to play professional sports. They're like, you're supposed to know everything about basketball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there ain't no
Already have a
learning curve.
foundation.
So these kids looking crazy right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying kids, I'm talking 25 to 30. These men out here looking crazy, trying to do some yo, you gotta look for a career, cuz.
Yeah. I was at a summer league one time, right? Unlimited, right? I want to get back to junior high school, but I'm going to tell the story record. We had a summer league one time, unlimited, recently. Game is over. It's 47-36. And like, this is a grown man, so I told him, I said, yo, fellas, everybody come this way. There you go, look, because you know I'm always laughing, joking, bugging out. He's like, what you want now? I said, I want everybody's name, number, and email and everything, because I need everybody to meet me tomorrow at JC, so y'all all can get your OSHA certificate, because none of you motherfuckers can play basketball for shit. Like, I want to help y'all get jobs, man. For real, man.
I'm looking at coke.
I'm a fuck your head up though, cause you don't even remember when you spoke to me when I was younger. I remember this story. I'm gonna fuck your head up.
Yeah, I'm got me thinking now.
No. I know you don't remember this, cause it was some random shit. I was on DeKalb in Washington. I was fucking with some little girl. I went to Pratt Park.
Okay.
And this is how I know you. I don't know how you think I know you, but I was in Pratt Park. And I was fucking with the ball with Shorty, fucking around, cause she played ball too, and I'm shooting. And you came up to me, you was like, yo, you from around here? I was like, nah, I ain't from around. And that's when I was real ignorant.
Right.
I'm like, nah, I'm not from around here. What you talking about? He's like, yo, you gotta work on your shit. You gonna be real good. I remember you from that day.
That's
This
crazy.
was like, I was
so
like 14 years old.
right there on DeKalb.
Yeah.
You rough child. You call it prep up. Rough child.
Yeah, right there. You came right in. You sat
113
down.
now.
You called me. He was like, yo, and I was like, nah. You came to the court. He was like, yo, you gotta work on your shit. That's how I met you.
I appreciate it. Wow, that's crazy. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I had braids and shit back then.
I just remember seeing you in so many places, like as you was coming up. And I'm like, nah, Shorty gonna be tough. You got footwork, everything, and ain't no punk. And you know what I mean? I just was like, it ain't no punk, cause a lot of people be
Top
soft.
footwork was serious, bro.
Yeah,
That footwork
I'm like,
game is
damn,
nuts.
that's crazy. I don't even remember that. That's what's up.
I meant to tell you that a long time ago.
Wow, that's crazy.
I was with Shorty,
Cause
I remember I was playing with the ball with her, and you just was like, yo, Shorty, you need to play ball. And I'm like, yo, dude, I'm Shorty, I'm trying to get some pussy.
I'm trying to line up.
You talking about basketball. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and I wasn't even playing that Grady back
Wow,
then.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
man. So I'm glad it worked out, man.
Nah.
You know, it's crazy because I always tell people like society is messed up, man, because like a lot of older guys stopped talking to the youngins, man. The youngins got so wild. So, you know, we stopped talking to them, man. Then they try to figure it out for themselves and they out of pocket with it, man.
It's different, man. I mean, speaking to some of these young gentlemen now is very difficult, right? But we gotta figure out a way to communicate to them, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
you gotta
even,
try to
you
bridge.
gotta tell them when it's right,
Right.
when they wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because these kids, we losing them. My day job, I'm meeting too much kids that play ball and now they looking for work, and they people-to-people skills is non-existent. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta retrain a 25-year-old to be a person.
That is misled, right.
You know what I'm saying? So all this shit is
You
cute.
Again, yeah.
All this shit is cute that they do with these kids and all that, but you got to teach them life skills.
Right.
These kids don't have life skills.
And it's crazy because they really paid attention young, while as they was learning the game, they'd learn life skills.
Yeah.
Because as a ball player, I gotta look out for my little brother. If somebody go base, I gotta be able to cut him off. I gotta be able to help him.
Right.
Like if he out of place, I gotta make sure he go where he's supposed to be.
That's a
You know?
cheat sheet.
Right.
Listen, we live privilege. This is a privileged life. You know
No
what I'm
doubt,
saying?
no doubt.
It shouldn't be a detriment, but it's a privileged life. And a lot of us, and I be seeing it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really on the scene like that, but I've seen, I say, yo, you gotta teach some kids life skills.
Right.
Life skills.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So like, when you were at Somers, right, and you almost got skipped and everything. So Diamond is in your hood now. Is he trying to get you to play ball at this point? So that's like 8th grade.
Yeah, he pushing me to play ball. I'm like, yo, dude, I play when I want. Like, it's not really that shit. I was still playing a little bit of football, but you know.
How tall was you,
And you was-
Tom? How tall was you?
I was probably about 5'11". I wasn't that tall.
Right.
I wasn't that tall.
And you had change in your pocket because people was in the game.
Yeah.
So it's like there's no
my cousin
pressure.
picking me up.
Right.
He's like, yo, son, let's go get this. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
And take a ride.
You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
So, I was fortunate enough not to go down.
To be drawn in
Right.
completely. Right. Understood.
Right. I had a little situation when I was 13 where I had to go up to the Bronx, which is ironic. Now I got programs at Hunt Point.
Right.
But I was violent with some people.
Right.
And this shit caught up to me. But the point is that that whole transition in middle school and then going into high school was another mistake. I ain't go to Grady because Pat went to Grady.
Yeah,
I went to
Grady.
I went to Grady. I don't even know if Pat knows this because nobody accepted me. No high school accepted me.
You couldn't even get into it?
I couldn't even get into it.
That shit down the street.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. South Shore Tilden, nobody accepted me.
Little badass, man.
And
a smart badass.
And what's that shit in Harlem? I tried to
Martin
get
King?
Martin Luther King with my cousin.
Jason Honeys.
That's what I was trying to go. And
Jason
Grady was
Honeys.
the only school that accepted me. And I went to Grady. I just went to Grady. When I went to Grady, it was like I was in the 90s. Everybody from the 90s in Grady. No chicks. Everybody rolling dice and smoking weed. Oh, I was in heaven.
Had the cool table.
Right.
Had the cool table.
Right.
That's what's up.
Everybody outside the park playing ball in the park.
Right. All day.
All day.
You know what I'm saying? You had the good guys at the hospital coming over to buy weed. Like,
Right.
Just get busy.
It was I.
Yeah, so that's how I ended up like Grady.
And you already had the knowledge of the game from cousin.
Yeah, so I
you
already
learned
knew.
it. Right.
I already knew. You know what I'm saying?
But how is that? I never even asked Pat that. How is that y'all dudes coming from the 90s or dudes coming from Brownsville, like effing them, going to Coney Island? Those is different, man.
I don't know what it was, but everybody did it.
Right.
That's 3 to the
Like
J.
they
What is 3 to the D? I mean,
Like they ain't act up with y'all. Like they wasn't trying to. They wasn't trying to lean on y'all.
They were Coney Island.
Coney Island.
Coney Island.
Nah, I gotta love it,
Coney
Coney
Island
Island, man.
That's my man. I
Listen,
love that.
Coney Island. Them boys.
They're not even from Brooklyn. They're
Right.
from Coney Island.
They don't even. That's
They
what I
were
said.
from Brooklyn.
I was arguing with Jamel Thomas. I said, son, we're not even from the same place.
5:30.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You from Coney Island.
Right.
You know, but as a hooper, Coney Island showed mad
Love.
Yeah, I had mad love to this day, bro.
Definitely.
Coney
That's
Island
what's up.
to this
Right.
day.
Gotta hold on to
Yeah,
it.
shout out to
Yeah.
Coney Island. Shout out to all my
I
guys.
get love. I
Shit,
had a lot of love in Lincoln.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shit,
and they might claim you
Don't.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let them
Yeah,
speak to somebody
you
from
Grady,
Flatbush.
you-
Nah, Pat from Coney Island. What you
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about? That's why he went to Grady.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
They done
nah,
moved you
shout
in
out
Marlboro. They done put you. They
Yeah.
done put you up in the P.
Yeah.
Nah,
So-
that's dope, though.
Yeah, so that's like my little backstory to getting to Grady, man.
Right.
I didn't play my first 2 years.
Oh, you didn't play first year. You just
Cutting
running around. Wow.
class and wilding and-
Bunch of 41s, excessive absence.
Right. But like I told you,
You was
I was
straight
smart,
sharp, so you was able to pull that together.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, dope.
And I just happened to be playing one day in the park. One of the top players on the team, Joe Hoover. Shout out to Joe Hoover.
Joe Hoover,
He was playing in the
90s.
park.
All right, another 90s kid.
Never
Yeah,
90s.
another 90s kid. But we was playing dice. He owed me money, so we took it. What he owed me, I said, I play you on the court. I'm gonna bust your
Double
ass.
enough.
Right.
Right.
He's like, you don't even
That's
play,
it.
son. Ty, you don't even. Nah, I'm gonna play you for my money. I want my money.
Right.
And I'm playing him, and my high school coach came out and said, "Yo, who is this guy? Why are you even playing?" This is he talking to the high school, the ball
The
player.
ball player.
Like, who is this guy? He's not even supposed to be in this park. Joe was like, "Yo, nah." He go to Grady.
Go ahead.
He yelled at Grady. I mean, he yelled at Joe to go back to school, and he talked to me. He said, "Yo, how much money he owe you?" I said, "He owe me $50." He said, if you play in this tournament, would you? If you come out to Coney Island playing this tournament, I'm gonna give you $50. That's how I started playing.
Say no more. I'm in route.
That's how Eric McMahon, my man Jock.
My man Jock.
That's how I got. Not Ringo ain't got nothing to do with my basketball story.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
My man
Jock
Jock
saw me in the park and was like, "Yo, come to Coney Island and play in this tournament." All I'm thinking about is, yeah, you better. This old man better give me my $50. That's what I know. But real talk, when me and my cousin stole a car. We drove out to Coney Island.
In a hot whip.
The shit was crazy. Everybody on the gate, shit crazy. I fell in love with basketball after that.
Wow, that's what's up.
And he ain't never give me my $50.
He took care of you later on throughout,
Yeah,
right? Sneakers and shit.
Nah, Jock ain't do nothing. That's Riverside Church. That's a whole nother story.
Hello, my man.
He lost.
Aaron low.
You know what I'm saying? That was a whole in Hirsch. You know,
Right,
Hirsch.
Hirsch.
It was crazy. It's crazy though. You mentioned all these names. Yeah, we know all. We went through the whole same thing. Bro.
Yeah,
Right.
I can imagine.
The same people. Jock, Hirsch, Lorch. Like we went through the whole joint
No,
together.
I know this. I know the stories ain't that different.
Yeah, no
You know
doubt.
what I'm saying? But that was New York City basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was just competitive. You play mad games in the day. You go home and sleep, get up and do
Kids
the
don't play
same
on
shit.
concrete now.
Yeah, but,
Listen,
but you know what it is though, right? You know what happened
all-
with basketball? Basketball now is they talk about how much money these players make professionally.
Right, professional.
That the average person now think that they know about basketball because it's on TV all day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So again, that's why I don't really get involved. Because
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
arguing with you if you don't really know. Because I'm quick to ask you. So what you did in
Right.
basketball? You was
Chicago.
good? Yeah.
Shout
Let me
out
know. Let me know. And people either take that personal, you know, say nothing which I like,
Yeah.
or they want to debate. You know.
But
what
then
I'm
they
saying?
have, but it's crazy with this society too now. The society, I'm not even just talking about the young, but I'm talking even we got old heads. They have man crushes. Like they just love, certain dudes.
Yeah, that's a
and like,
fact.
oh, dude, he wasn't shit.
That's
Like I used to tell him, like you know, real talk. Son, I gotta say, I know you're a Redman. I said, I didn't consider you a Storm dude. You're a Redman,
Right.
I hated Zinder Hamilton.
Right.
I thought he was terrible. I'm like, this kid is terrible. But my man is from Long Island. So he's God out there. I'm like, yo, he's terrible.
Right.
The congressman dude, Cornegate,
Cornegate.
terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Couldn't play dead at one Troy. Terrible. You understand what I'm saying? But you can't teach height.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But then people like what they like.
Yeah. And you know what? In this generation, well, in this world we live in, all these folks want to take pictures with these kids.
Yeah.
They want to, you know what I'm saying? Tag me, like son.
And that's the crazy thing, because now I always say, like, the new man is an attention whore. All they want is likes.
Different.
You care about
The
nothing.
world different.
Right, so you're going into, right now, you're going into your grade year. Now, we're going back then, so there's no social media, there's no
Nothing.
fan buzz.
It's just
and everything. You just hooping. You
gotta
done
hoop.
fell in love with it. So now
I
you're
liked
your
it.
junior year. Okay.
I ain't falling in love with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm
liking
saying?
it at this point.
I liked it, and plus I
Interesting.
could get some money from it.
Okay.
Right? Like people was taking care of whatever needed to get
Right,
taken
right,
care of.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I had abortion like every week.
Yeah.
You know how it was you told Earn. Like, I'm
Earn.
having a baby, here's $800. You feel me?
Right. We'll get you a slice.
Right.
A Swatch watch.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
My
So
man.
that's how that. But I also enjoyed the traveling.
Right.
I enjoyed the exclusive Nike team outfits.
Yeah.
You
No
know,
doubt.
you get caught up in on not
Good
to
Air
mention the
Force
ladies.
Ones.
You know what I'm saying?
Good Air Force Ones.
So the experience for me was dope, and plus I started to see the old heads. I started to see Walter Berry.
Right.
I started to see all these dudes that was like ball players, and they living crazy. Like
Savage.
I'm from the Caribbean. I'm from the '90s. You know what I'm saying? Either you pushing something.
Yeah.
That white or that brown.
Yeah, you something.
And you extorting.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta look behind your back. These dudes is out just chilling. You know what I'm saying? And
No worries.
the crazy part, and I tell people this, that probably made me even more wild, was the first professional athlete that I ever met through Arnie Hirsch, R.I.P., was Lloyd Daniels. He put me in the car with Lloyd Daniels after the basketball game.
Yes.
That's how I got in. That's how I saw everything. Lloyd Daniels took me to my first club in the city. Lloyd Daniels took me to my first strip club, all in the same night.
Right.
Lloyd Daniels introduced me to Matumbo in the club. They was drinking bottles of champagne. They gave me 7-Up. I never forget this. This is one
dope.
night.
Right.
And that kind of like opened my mind. Like,
That's a dope night.
It's crazy. My first night, he called my mom's, because you know Lloyd was always slick talking.
Yeah.
And my mom's was like, yo, as long as he ain't on these streets, he was a good person. She ain't know what.
Right.
She ain't know nothing about basketball players. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He ain't out here
She ain't
selling
know the
drugs.
maneuvers.
Right. So that's my first introduction to the world of athletics and the lifestyle.
Right.
You know
Hey,
what I
yo,
mean?
Yes,
to chime in real quick, Lloyd stayed on 96 in Clarkson.
I know. I was about to mention that.
I heard he stayed there. I didn't know exactly where.
Yeah.
When the 90s is like, when was the rest of it?
When Hurst introduced me to Lloyd, he was like, "Yo, and this kid, you gotta keep him out of trouble. He from the '90s." And this Lloyd was telling me, "Hey, you from the '90s? I stayed on Clarkson." Lloyd started talking crazy. You know him? You know Scooter? You know? I'm like,
All the hot boys.
how the fuck you know? You play NBA? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Braided hair, Hawaiian shorts.
Right. So it was an experience
Right.
for me to get thrown into that fire my last 2 years in high school.
Okay.
And it was dope. Like,
So your junior year, like, who was you playing against? Who was some of the guys that was in your...
shit, we had everybody, man.
What class you came?
Stephon,
Okay.
Felipe, Zendon,
Okay.
Shamgar. I mean, listen, dudes talk about basketball. These young boys talk about basketball, and I'm like, yo, the top player in New York was probably ranked like number 90-something last year.
Yeah.
Like, I had 5 people on my AAU team.
top
I
10.
top fucking 15. Like, what are y'all talking about?
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
Right.
So it's for me, it's hard for me to listen to, again, I'm going back to that.
Right,
It's hard
right.
for me to listen to somebody say, yo, he got next. I'm like, but how good is, like, you got to explain
Right.
to me. Like, it's a different conversation. You're not talking to somebody who got a job at MTA, never really watched basketball.
Right.
Like, I've been around savages. Like, Stephon was way better than us. But I didn't know that in high school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just want to bust his ass.
It's crazy because Pat made a statement one night we was at a cookout. And dude was like, yo, Pat, you was so nice and you did this and you did that. And Pat said, yo, I didn't even know I was nice. Because I was accustomed to getting 25, 30.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you junior high school, you used to getting these numbers, it's regular. So, you know what I mean? And it's also, too, like you said, Stephon was this way. Like when dudes talk about these players, I said, like, I grew up watching Master Rob, Lamont Thornton playing against Mike Thornton, you know. Like, these dudes are sitting watching Pookie Wilson, you know what I'm saying? Watching Mark Jackson bounce the ball and tap dunk in City College. But he doesn't even need the phone in the pros.
Right.
But he's in City College getting 40 easy.
Right.
Chris, it's just crazy.
It's also exposure, right?
Yeah.
We were fortunate during those times where every game was a monster. You might not even know who it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell people all the time about Mel Tinsley. Mel Tinsley was playing on the circuit, then playing on high. I ain't know who he was. I just know every time we went to Fort Greene or Farragut, it's some dude in there that's nicer than everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I know. I don't know.
Shout out
his
to
name.
Mel. Shout out to
Mel. And I spoke to Mel. Funny story, real quick. I'm overseas. I come home. It was like 3 days I had off. I came home. Mel and Norman Richardson was in Indiana. I seen these motherfuckers in the club that night. They drove to New York to party to go back and play Boston that night. And me and Mel was talking about this shit for like 4 or 5 hours. Over like 15 bottles of Cristal. When Cristal was the it shit back then. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, back then it was dope, man. We had, you know, Stephanum's, Rafa,
Right, Felipe,
40, Felipe, Booger. You know what I'm saying? The Booger shit is crazy. I just saw the interview. I don't know if you check it out.
Yeah, me and Pat were just talking about it.
I never saw that side of him, though.
And this is where the problem is. Everybody like, yo, your boy, look, what's wrong with your boy? I said, what was wrong with him? He was a man being emotional about something that was emotional to him.
Absolutely.
You got a bunch of you dudes out here every day not taking care of the kids you see.
Right.
He doesn't have a relationship with that kid.
Right. And it's killing him.
And it's killing him.
Right.
But he was able to say that, and y'all got a problem with that. But nobody said how real it was that he said, shorties, stay in school, because at the end of the day, I didn't stay in school, and now I have a BS job, or this, that, and the third. I love that dude.
Listen,
yo, that's my guy.
I saw Pat a couple of days after in the 90s. I said, yo, I look at him completely different. I thought he was still ignorant from when we was growing up.
Nah, he started, listen, the crazy thing, like, he loved what he loved. Don't drink no more. He loved his cannabis. You know, Al Harrington said it's good for you.
Right.
So, you know, so it's a move.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what it is. But that's it's like it's crazy. It's like dude is who he is. And I try to explain to somebody. I said, look at the beginning of Soul in the Hole and look at the interview. He's still the same dude. He's not great at talking to people, you know, looking them in the eye, this, that, and third, especially if you're not family.
Right.
If he doesn't have a rapport with you, it's totally different.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But what he did was great.
I think it was excellent.
And people are trying to kill him for it. And the funny thing, me and Pat were just talking about this. Kid says to me, I got about 15 phone calls because he said I learned ball from watching Nard and Boobie. Mm-hmm. You 7 years younger than Nard and Boobie. You're supposed to learn from Nard and Boobie.
Right.
And you telling me 7 years younger, you were better than us at our prime? Mm-hmm. We playing against major dudes, Doogie and Rod Strickland. Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me? Like, come on, man.
Right.
Love the kid though, man. What he did, man.
Nah,
like
see, the thing I loved about that, not to cut you off, Nard, the crazy thing I loved about it, I mean, his honesty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? His bluntness.
You know how hard it is for a dude to be completely naked about his shit?
Because I never saw... No, I know him for like 20, 25 years.
Right.
I ain't no son. I never saw a son like that.
Right.
So when I'm watching it, I'm like, yo, I call my man. I was like, yo, tell Boogs I got to come see him. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
I give him a fifth or something like, yo,
That's
son.
my guy.
I love this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, those type of players, man. At least he gets it. You know, they may say it's too late. It's never too late,
Right.
Because he could share that story with some
Right,
kids.
right.
He can share it with some kids that I'm around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
so shout
and
out
it's
to
definitely
Boogs,
needed.
man.
Shout out to my
Let's
boy
do all
Ed
these
Booger Smith. You heard?
All these clowns that's taking it the wrong way, they stupid.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was talking to Ty when I saw him a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, yo, I play with Bugs in West Fourth, Kenny Kings, and all that. That dude is incredible.
Right.
I said, Ty, how was he in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I told Pat, right? I said Stephon Marbury Pops was probably the first basketball dad.
Right.
He was on Book Dick.
Right. Yeah.
Real story. We in the game. I forgot what tournament it was. Westinghouse played Lincoln before Grady played. Boog shook the shit out of Stephon. You'd have thought Stephon's father
Was Boog's dad.
Boog's dad. I'm looking at this old wild ass man, R.I.P. to him, go crazy on the sideline.
Right.
But Boogs had everybody under pressure. So people can
Son,
talk
I
all this
watched
shit
him-
right now.
I watched him
People
get
talk all this shit right
I watched
now.
him get 30 and 14 at City College before the melee. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
game before the melee against Rice.
Anybody
Huge
can
Sean
say
White.
whatever they want to say. These guys come up with these fake stories.
Yes.
He
Yes.
wasn't there. Listen.
Listen, he was
Nobody
everything.
wanted
That
nothing
smoke.
to do.
And that's what they say, smoke, right? It's no smoke.
And what people tend to forget now, he pressed you full court.
Yeah, funny shit.
Disrespectful
Listen,
little
Golden
motherfucker.
Hoops. He's pressing Shandu McNeil. I mean, that's Shandu.
Shandu,
The
yeah,
little shaking
Shandu,
him with the
yeah,
St.
yeah.
Bonaventure.
Yeah.
Shandu, wow. He got Bush. He's shifty.
Uh-huh.
And he pushes it through Bush like Bush sits on the shit. Picks it up behind his back, crazy. The gym went
I know, I could imagine.
bananas.
I could
said,
imagine.
yo. And
could
Roach
imagine.
was trying to get him crazy, but you know he played with the Broncos. He loved Doc.
Yeah.
But
Dr. Sally, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Doc. But it was crazy. But like you said, man, shout out to Bugs. And if you've never saw him, you missed a great show.
Yeah, you missed
the kid was just different.
You missed a good show. We could talk about he was too small. He couldn't shoot. Blah blah. If he played on your I played with him.
Right.
It was never
Easy
like
buckets.
a bad pass.
Easy buckets. Everything was
Sometimes
he was scorable.
He hit you, you'd be like, yo, son.
The ball was right in your hand, bro.
What happened? I didn't even think you see me. I
So
was talking.
I let these motherfuckers talk all this crazy shit.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
of these people, Nobody wanted no parts of Ed Booker Smith. All the
sure.
schools that pressed,
For
they
sure.
didn't press Weston.
Right. He had a 50-point game in high school.
Yeah.
At 5'5".
Right.
Yeah, when me and Nard play with Kenny Kings, me and Nard in the back court. When Nard got out the game, I was kind of happy too, man. Because Books is coming in the game right there, man. It was not a problem, my dude. I love you, man.
I'm telling Boo, man,
love
he
you.
killing us here. We didn't do me and Boo.
Oh yeah, Boo too. My man Boo. Can't
Me and
forget
Boo
my man
didn't do
Boo.
good.
Me, my man
That was
Boo.
good. That was good times. Man.
Yeah.
That was basketball.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Bobby Cunningham. We had Laurel, Pat Alphonse, Ali,
Chuck,
Oh man.
half man, half amazing.
Yeah, shout out
Sherrod,
to Biz.
Prentice.
He was becoming half man, half amazing. He was Biz then.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we had the mob though.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
But that's when you go to the park and hoop.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I'm saying?
also, too, you couldn't bring a dude to the park if he wasn't about it, because certain parks, dudes ain't playing.
Yeah.
Remember you walk by a
Yeah,
park
yeah,
and you see dudes playing,
yeah.
people like, yo, I'm telling, what you doing?
Yeah.
Playing with them bums.
Yeah. It was an ego thing too.
Yeah.
But it's different now, man. You know, a lot of the guys that didn't play on the big court, they got kids. So they think they know it all. Remember that.
What
man.
happened to everybody growing up? Everybody became a 3-point shooter. I'm playing the 40 and
Game
over.
different.
I get a
Game
fast
different.
break, 40 and over. First of all, I'm struggling. Like, she let me out. I'm going to play. It's cool. I'm struggling. Like, I only go from key to key because I got to save my energy. I come down and make a pass. I come back.
Right. Feel good.
We switching on everything. I'm not going past the key. We switching. Get a steal. Dude running. So let's see him. I got 2 goals. So I look him off. I throw the bounce pass. Dude drip to the 3. This shit rolling out the gym. I'm like, my man. He like, I'm like, son, it's a 4 and over. I'm just meeting you. Like, fucking, where did you play at? You know what I mean? For real. But you know, because you know we got a million stories, man. So it's so crazy. So in your junior year, right, you introduced to Roach and all them. You're doing your thing. You're moving around. How'd that end up for you ball wise? Like what did you do?
Listen, again, I'm gonna say this. I played enough basketball to get all the exposure I needed.
Right.
Here's why. I'm probably the only New York City all city person that never went to summer camp.
Wow.
I never did camp. I never went to 5 Star. I never went to Nike. I never went to ABCD.
BC.
I didn't do nothing. Jock was pissed off at me for not going. I was like, yeah, I'm coming. Garfinkel called my house. You come? Yeah, I'm coming. I'm gonna be there. Mr. Lord sent a car service for me to go to Nike in South Carolina. Yeah, I'm coming. My summers was my summers.
Man, you was
After that
doing
LA,
you.
after that West Coast road trip with Riverside Church from 2.5 weeks, I came home. I'm like, I don't play basketball like that.
Right.
So I miss all of that shit. You know what
Right,
I'm
junior
saying?
going from junior to senior.
Junior to senior,
Right.
where it was, because I ain't really know about recruiting and all
Right.
that. But during the summer, I remember Ringo was calling my mom's like, yo, we getting a lot of letters for Ty. And I'm like,
What kind of letters? Ty, like, what kind of letters, right?
Right. He's like, yo, he getting recruited. And I'm like, okay. And I had to do summer courses because I was behind. Remember, I got to catch up.
Right, catching
You know
up.
what I'm saying? So let me tell you my schedule. This is what people don't even know. In high school, when I committed to basketball, Jock gave me a schedule, 0 to 9 period. PM school, practice, night school.
Night
I
school.
did that for 2 years. I ain't had no
When
life.
you went in that squad, Erasmus?
Nah, I went to
You went to
Murrow.
Washington, or you went to
I went to
Murrow?
Murrow.
Wait, hold up. Time out. Time.
Oh, the honeys. You
Time
went to
out.
Murrow.
Let me ask you this question. What was
Yeah.
your relationship with Ringo though? Like, did you have a relationship with him?
So Ringo existed,
Right.
but I needed discipline. And Jock
That's where
was
Jock came in
disciplined.
at. Okay.
And this is the crazy part, and I say this with nothing but love, right?
Right.
I hated Jock until the day I graduated college. That's how much he put pressure on me. He used to put, Jock, if it wasn't for Jock, I would have never played for Riverside Church. Jock came to my house 6 o'clock in the morning, banging on the door. I remember I was in my room. My mom was like, yo, who's banging on my door? No, she was like, who's ringing the bell? Well, he got in the building. Jock came and banged on the door and said, yo, get the fuck up. You got 8 o'clock tryouts. Nigga drove me right to Harlem.
Wow.
Word, that's how I played with River. I wasn't, I was so far from that basketball shit.
Right.
Jock came to my house and he
you
stood there.
you didn't understand the magnitude of it.
Right. And
But that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. And a lot of people won't say that again, because I always say, a lot of men don't know how to be naked. That's first of all about their truth.
Mm-hmm.
But the new norm is to lie in your truth.
That's a fact.
That shit is
and it's
crazy.
a shame.
That's the
You're
new
missing out.
norm.
You're gonna miss out.
Right.
So Jock kind of spearheaded that. He made sure I was in class.
Right. You
Even
was
when I
engaged.
was late, like I know how to deal with punishment because we had this rant, as Pat know. This rant wasn't nobody's friend. That was my fucking bitch.
The
Right.
beach.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
beach wasn't nobody's friend.
The beach was crazy. Then we had the heavy ball, which he named my girlfriend. Because
Right,
I always did something
That's
wrong.
your boo, right? You
Right?
stay with her.
But the basketball and all the stuff that came with it, I just was like, I don't care what he do. You know what I'm saying? Then my ego got involved. I was like, he trying to break me? But
Not
all
me.
this time, he building me up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And honestly, all that
Shit
discipline
like
and
working for the
structure,
agency, like Jason Bourne, like, you know what I mean?
all that
Wasn't
shit
killing you.
made basketball
Easy.
for me very, very easy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I tell people the job. I had Coach Brian from Nike One. I had Diamond from the Diamonds. Then I had all these motherfuckers from Brian
Shout out to Nike One, man. He used to have wars with them.
Them motherfuckers was like on me, like annoying though.
Right.
But something kept pulling me to him. You know, some kids need that structure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I had money, so I was like, yo, son, I don't really need to do this. But I'm gonna be at the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be at the game with my girl.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
and there needs to be plenty of work at them games. Plenty of work.